Hey everybody, Jeff here, AromatiX, along with special guest
Christina, HelloKittyPiper.
Yeah. So today we are going to do a review of a tobacco I was not looking forward to reviewing, at least right away, just because there was so many varying opinions on this. Probably more so than any other tobacco that I've ever seen, and it's only been out for a short period of time. You know, different people are getting different flavors. Some people really like it, some people really hate it. It just seems very polarizing so far. So anyway, that tobacco is Scarecrow by Warped Tobacco, which is a company that is, Warped is headed by Kyle Gellis, and with the help of Jeremy Reeves from Cornell & Deal, they have a line of tobaccos. This one's supposed to be an aromatic. Now, first of all, let me say this. I think a lot of people going into buying this blend have a feeling or an expectation that this is going to be an aromatic that's similar to, say, a Sutliff aromatic or a Lane aromatic, where it's, you know, just a generic type of tobacco base with a generic type of topping. That's not what this is. If that's what you're expecting, which from the description and some of the other reviews, that's sort of what it seems to come across. That's not what this is. We'll get more into that as we smoke it. So let me give you the tin description of what it is. It says aged Virginias, matured Burleys, and red Virginia Cavendish. And the other description is Scarecrow. An eerie chill descends on your evening walk. Drawing your coat closer, you pause to light your pipe. The fragrance of earthy burley, hay-like Virginias, caramel apples, and candy corn mingling with the oncoming mist. Crossing the cornfield just off the road, you spot the Scarecrow. Silent still. You've seen him before, but you can't shake the feeling that this time he sees you too. So, okay, it does kind of come across as, you know, caramel apples. Well, first of all, it's kind of there's a lot going on with this one in the description and in the actual flavor itself. So it is a crumble cake, which we'll show you right here. It's the typical new style of Cornell & Deal crumble cake. You can just peel it off. It's a pretty good moisture to load and pack right away. And the tin I'm getting, what are you smelling first?
Like very boozy and prunes. I don't know why boozy, but that's what it smells like to me.
Yeah, so first off, I'm gonna say right away, even if I would have never known what this is, on first smell, I would know it was definitely a Cornell & Deal blend. It's one of their boozy style blends. So if you've ever had Granby Station, or if you've ever had Belmont Station, there's a few other ones where they use a heavy rum topping or an Applejack topping. That's what this is. It's that type of aromatic with the tobacco, the other flavorings underneath. So yeah, the smell I first get is an atmosphere of alcohol and booziness. So you really have to get through that to get to the actual flavors underneath. So yeah, when I first opened the tin fresh, I was getting that kind of vinegary, you know, alcohol, wood alcohol smell, and with a little bit of candy apple. And I'm guessing that it's their Applejack topping that they've used on stovepipe, and there's a couple other tobaccos where they use Granby Station, which Applejack is, I think they take an apple cider, they freeze it and ferment it, and so it's sort of like an ice winey.
Oh, that sounds
yeah,
good.
yeah, apple kind of it's a drink alcohol. But it's been open for a while now, and that booziness is starting to dissipate a little bit. And underneath of that, you get the flavors, and the aromas I'm getting are a little bit of that appley smell, which is an alcohol-y kind of vinegary apple cider. It's very light, like the apple part of it. And then you can get a little bit of, other people really get this super sweet caramel corn, and I don't really get that.
No,
It's kind of pruny. And the tobaccos I can smell, if you've ever tasted the black Cavendish that Cornell & Deal use, you'll notice that right away. It's almost like a fermented brownie. Like you get a bit like a chocolate, like a brownie.
Yeah, I got some chocolate.
Yeah, fermented brownie smell. So that's definitely a base tobacco in there. So I'm getting that fermented brownie, that apple, and then a little bit of that sweetness is hard to detect through all that those other smells. But there is those aromatic tobaccos or flavorings under that. So very complex. There's a lot going on. Some people say they get a chemically taste. I think it's not chemical as much as when you mix like kind of a wood alcohol with those brown, like, it's just the concoction that makes it odd. There's just so much going on that I can see people getting a chemical taste, but I think that's just from the alcohol. That's my opinion. So we're already 5 minutes in, and that's where we're at. This is gonna be a long video. So I've got my little Stacy Benson cob packed, and you've got my homemade bamboo pipe. So let's light and see what we're actually tasting. So yeah, my expectations were, oh, maybe this is Cornell and Deal's, take on a generic aromatic with quality tobaccos.
I wouldn't say it's like your typical aromatic.
No, it's not like, Sutliff's pumpkin spice. Like, it doesn't. It's not like a weak Cavendish based. So the first thing I get is I can taste some of that black Cavendish, which kind of has that browny, fermented, earthy barnyard funk taste.
It's quite, in my opinion, it's quite strong.
Yes, and that's where I would say some people have compared this to Autumn Evening, and I think that's because there is there's some of that red Cavendish in here, and if you smoke it fast, it can kind of get like ashy.
Yeah.
Again, there's not a lot of it in there, but you can get that strength that you would get from Autumn Evening, like it could be cigarette-y, ashy if you smoke it quick. There's that strength there that you're getting. So that's where I think the Autumn Evening comparisons are coming in at. I still get that boozy, I get a little bit of a boozy Applejack taste. That's where the candy apple's coming from.
I'm not really getting any of the candy corn.
Sometimes I do. It's hit and miss. It's for me, like, other people, it's strange. They're saying that's all they taste is like a really like marshmallowy.
I don't taste that. I wish I tasted
I taste a little bit of that, but it's mostly a typical Cornell and Deal, like Belmont Station type of like vanilla rum brandy type of thing, and it's spicy as in
I
like
agree.
Not spicy like Perique spicy, but there's a lot of strength there. Sometimes that there's a little bit of that, not nutty burley, but a smoky burley there.
I'm getting like some sweetness, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but it's like a hint of sweetness too.
But it's not the center stage. It's mostly that kind of boozy.
It's just kind of like in the background.
There's a lot going on in this one.
Yeah, quite strong. Well, I don't usually smoke strong tobacco, so this is pretty strong for me.
How's it burning for you? Crumble cake?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I find these crumble cakes, some people have a struggle with them, keeping them lit, but I think these crumble cakes burn great. Now, as you smoke it down, the flavorings and the booziness does start to fade away, and I get more of a a little bit of a cardboardy taste. I think those are the other Virginias in there that you get kind of a cardboardy. You get that red Virginia Cavendish flavor.
Now I am getting a hint of like the candy corn.
Candy corn?
But the initial is just like a strong alcohol to me. And then in the background is like the candy corn.
Yeah, there's the atmosphere of booziness that you gotta cut through.
Yeah. Once you get used to that strong taste.
You can feel it in the back of your throat. It's almost, there's a little bit of a sharpness there. It's not a soft tobacco.
No.
It's a little sharp.
But I don't really smoke too much of Cornell and Deal's stuff, so.
Yeah.
Is all their stuff quite strong?
They got a variety of stuff. Their boozy ones, yes. So, all right, I'm going to sum it up in, if you've ever had, Granby Station, if you've ever had probably Stovepipe, if you've ever had Belmont Station, or even the burly ones I've been talking about lately, like Pennington Gap. Pennington Gap has that black Cavendish in it as well, where it's kind of browny, that browny kind of, trying to explain, like, pruny browny. And then you've got the alcohol topping with a little bit of the apple cider vinegar, but it's on the sweet side. And then in the background, fishing through there, you get your caramel corn or candy corn and caramel. So it's nothing out of the ordinary. If you've had those other Cornell and Dio blends, it's just another one of those. Maybe even something like We Three Kings or Golden Days of Yore. Although I find those actually more traditional. Like those are sweeter and lighter and softer than this. This is a little bit more sharp than those ones.
Agreed.
Yeah, but that's how I would. I guess it's a long video. That's how I would explain this one, and. Yeah, so if you're expecting just a traditional aromatic that's going to be just all sweet and Cavendishy, that's not what this is. This is a whole different animal. So, and lots of stuff going on to the point where I can see where people, you know, are confused or it tastes chemically. Yeah, but for me, I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good because I get some of that aromatic flavoring as well as a nice strong backbone of tobacco. But is it way better than any of the other blends that I mentioned that it's similar to? Not really. It's just another one. I'm glad I got a couple tins of it, but I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
I like the tin art.
Oh yeah, the tin art. A lot of people
Scarecrow,
really like that.
cool.
Good for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, you have anything else to say about it?
No.
Do you like it? You don't like it? Is it what's?
It's very different from most aromatics that I smoke. But it's good.
All right, and yeah, so I guess that's our take on it. So what do you guys think of it? Do you think, you know, did we hit all the points, or are we missing something, or do you totally disagree? I'm sure there's lots of different opinions on this one, and I'd like to hear it. So okay, we're gonna leave it at that, and we'll see you on our next video. So till then, AromatiX and
HelloKittyPiper.
saying see you later.